On a trip to Utah, we're out in the desert. Every night it was raining. This truck is covered in grime. And so what we're gonna do today is I'm going to do a pre-wash and talk a little bit about what that means. Then I'm gonna do a full wash, a full contact wash. We're gonna try to get this truck back, interior and exterior, to the way it's supposed to look. It's covered in thick grime, bug guts. It's a mess. The wheels are a mess. It's gonna take a little bit of doing.
Focusing on the inside now, you can just see that we were on a road trip, and so the mats are dirty, dust gets everywhere, crumbs, sunscreen on the door handles. You know, that's the way it goes. And it's not beyond fixing. It's gonna take a little bit of, it's gonna take a little bit of love. It's gonna take a little bit of elbow grease and some detail to get these things cleaned up. But underneath it all is still a very clean truck. So let's get to work. Just a moment on the product I'm about to use. This is a pre-wash, and I just wanted to spend a second talking about what a pre-wash is, because pre-washing is different than a contact wash. I'm using Gtechniq W4 Citrus Foam Pre-Wash, which is a pH neutral, non-caustic formula that will not erode and dissolve your ceramic coating. To use the pre-wash, you spray it on the truck just like you're seeing. But really, the point of the pre-wash is to break down the high volume of dirt that might be on the surface. So you think about the bug guts, the film, all of that is on the surface, and that needs to be broken down, because really, when we go in for our contact wash, we do not want to scrub very hard. So the pre-wash is doing the heavy lifting. We're not going to scrub with the pre-wash. This just goes on. It stands for about 5 minutes. And then you power wash it off, and it gets the majority of the dirt off. I did think that this came out a little bit thin. I followed the directions very closely. I might have mixed it a little bit, created a little bit more of a concentrate on the next time, but I did like using it. I did think it worked well. At this point, I've rinsed off the pre-wash, power washed it down, and now it's time to get into the wheels. So I'm gonna use CarPro Reset on the wheels. Got my wash bucket ready, got all my tools. Let's get to work. Look at all this, it's a mess. The product I'm using on the wheels, both the rims and the tire, is Chemical Guys all-purpose cleaner and degreaser. It's the citrus all-purpose cleaner and degreaser. It's one of my favorite products. I think it works so good. Just a quick note here, as you see that I'm scrubbing the wheels, the wheel brush is all the way in the rim, and I'm actually getting the barrel of the wheel and moving it around the barrel to get the barrel clean. The all-purpose cleaner that I'm using on the tires and the rims is mixed 4-to-1. When you're doing your wheels and tires, spend a little time in your wheel well. This is such a big part of how your car looks, and it's so often neglected. It's called framing, and if it's dirty and dingy inside your wheel well, your eye is naturally drawn to it. Conversely, if it's clean and black, it looks great.
An important part of foaming, making sure that when you mix your chemicals, when you mix your shampoo, don't shake it, you swirl it. Swirl it around. You don't want to create a bunch of foam inside the canister.
Now, in preparation for the contact wash, we've already done the pre-wash. It's got the heavy lifting off. We're putting CarPro Reset back on, and we're creating foam. The foam will remove some dirt, but really the idea behind the foam is to create lubricity, to make it so when you do your contact wash, it encapsulates the dirt, and that way you're not scratching your car. So we're trying to create lubrication here. That's the point of the foam, so we don't scratch. You might say to yourself, I wash my car all the time. I go through the car wash, it's not scratching. But then when you go to the grocery store at night, you look at under the parking lot lights and you see it completely swirled out. Those are the kind of scratches we're talking about. The swirls, the marring, the abrasions.
The emblems tend to hold a lot of dirt. And you'll see, like, it's just one of those little details that if you see a clean car and then you look at the emblems, there's a lot of dirt around the emblems, and it just makes it look not clean. So now we're gonna do the contact wash. And so I use
Barely touching the paint here, so light.
Basically one towel per panel. And you kind of rotate the towel around. And then once you're done with that panel, you get rid of the towel and you use another one. Start a new panel. So when you do the single towel method, you want to work top to bottom. Your dirtiest part of the truck is going to be down low. You know, even though we've foamed it twice and pre-washed it, you can see why. That's the dirtiest part of the truck.
Using all-purpose cleaner and a foam cannon, mix 10 to 1. This is the Chemical Guys all-purpose cleaner and degreaser. Again, works just a fantastic product, works so good. Just a little bit about the truck that I'm cleaning. This is a 2012 Nissan Titan. I bought it brand new. I'm the original owner. It just turned about 60,000 miles, so this is really not an old truck. However, it is 11 years old. That's 11 years sitting in the sun, you know, UV damage, just, you know, and this truck works for a living. It tows, it plays, it does everything. So I really tried to keep this truck as perfect as I can, better than new if possible. I've mentioned before in other videos that I've made, the towel that I'm using is the Rag Company Gauntlet, which is a microfiber towel. This towel holds a ton of water. It's incredibly soft, easy to use, and I'm really using almost no pressure whatsoever as I dry the paint. I'm only lightly going over the surface.
Windows, still one of the things that people often miss the most washing their car. Again, there's a ton of surface area. It really makes a big difference between a clean window and a dirty window. You'll notice at the finished product, the clean windows, they really glow. And they make the car. I like Stoner Invisiglass. Invisible glass, Stoner Invisible glass. I still think it's a great product. It works awesome. It's very cost effective. It just tends to be, you know, the windows and window cleaner is one of those things that you tend to use quite a bit of. And so, I mean, spending 20, 30 bucks as a driveway detailer on window cleaner, it just doesn't make sense. This product's fantastic and you can just about pick it up anywhere. So I like to finish my wheels with a quick detailer. It's ceramic spray. I think just any little thing that you have left, it's gonna finish cleaning it off. Also, you know, you're gonna miss dirt on your rims. So this towel that I'm using right here, just to kind of get the quick detailer off and just to buff it out, this is a throwaway towel. This towel's not gonna get washed, it's not gonna get laundered. You know, it's already picking up dirt. And that's just dirt that you're just inevitably gonna miss on your rims, because I don't care how much time I spend on the rims, I just always seem to miss something. And that's just the nature of doing your rims. But the quick detailer generally, you know, gets anything that you missed off. The one thing I don't like about all-terrain tires is that to get the tire coating in there, you really gotta scrub it in all little nooks and crannies. I do like this tire coating though. I've been using it. It's the Turtle Wax graphene acrylic. Works really well. There's absolutely no sling whatsoever. It does seem to be very good at repelling dust and dirt. Longevity, I mean, I feel like all of them last about the same. This one does seem to be a little bit better than most, because you can get a couple car washes out of it before you have to reapply. But I always like my tires to be kind of a deep black, so I tend to reapply often just because that's what I like.
You're gonna see me using the Adams Graphene Detail Spray, which is a ceramic detail spray. You can use this as a standalone product for some protection, or you can use it as a ceramic booster to boost the existing coating on your vehicle. It works great. It adds an incredible amount of slickness. It adds gloss. It's just gonna really add that finishing touch to your vehicle. No detail is complete without cleaning the mats. These mats are pretty sandy and dirty and sticky and the whole 9 yards. I'm using an Adams tire and mat cleaner with my drill brush. It's a medium bristle drill brush. And just really just elbow grease here, right? Elbow grease. I try not to use a ton of product because I think actually if you use too much, it can tend to just be a little bit counterproductive. Don't forget to clean the insides of the door frames. This is one of those little areas that people miss. This product is Chemical Guy's Nonsense Invisible Super All-Purpose Cleaner. I know that's a mouthful. This is a great cleaner for the interior of your car if you have a lot of dirt. It's completely residue-free, it's colorless, it's odorless, it wipes away clean, there's no sticky residue. It foams up, you can see that it's working. It just works really good. Okay, let's get that final walk around. Let's see how she came out. So why ceramic? That's it right there. Look at this final shot. It just looks like glass. total time on this detail was about 4 hours, and there's all the products that I use. It's a pretty good mix. All the links to everything that I've used are in the description. Please don't forget to click subscribe. Please don't forget to like. Thanks for watching, everybody.